Part 4. Right, why should you vote? If you're watching this independently of part 1, 2 and 3 in this hour-long fucking lecture, my name is Stephen J. Humphrey. You may have noticed that I fucking swear all the fucking time. Don't take it personally. If you are offended, please phone me and tell me. Until you tell me, I'm going to carry on fucking swearing. Alright? And bleep it out if you want. If you're the BBC, bleep it. But yeah, join me on Facebook. Vote Stephen J. Humphrey. I've set up an event, UK general election, and I'm voting independent for May the 6th. Alright, we'll probably extend that to June the 3rd if it don't get an announcement. But you've got to vote. People have come up with lots and lots of arguments for why they should not vote. And I would say that is one of the reasons why you should not vote. It's because people think it's irrelevant. People think voting is pointless. It's because you're voting for the wrong people. You haven't got a candidate that you can trust. You haven't got a political party system that you can trust inherently. It's like you buy a brand new car, you turn the key, you know the engine is going to start. You put your key in the front door and you turn it and you know that door is going to unlock. You switch the oven on and you know the oven is going to work unless it's broken. In which case you then get an electrician out and you fix the oven. You fix it. But it seems to me that one of the main reasons why people don't vote is because Parliament ain't working for them. I've got evidence to prove that Parliament is not working for me. I can read the Welfare Reform Act 2007 and I can see paragraph after paragraph after paragraph that basically cripples me. If I don't have a job and I do something that the job centre think is wrong, like I miss a bus for example, and I missed the appointment with the job centre. My mate Isaac had this Tuesday. He had an interview with the job centre and they said don't bother coming up to the next meeting, I'll sort it out. And so he took their advice. Next meeting he missed it obviously, and they sent him a letter back saying we've stopped your benefits because you failed to attend this meeting. Oh God! Right, so Parliament ain't working for you. It is not working for you. It's working for the Rockefellers, it's working for JP Morgan, it's working for Esso Valdez, it's working for BP, it's working for the American military industrial complex, it's working for Putin, it's working for President Obama, it's working for Gordon Brown, it's working for Tobias. Because Tobias Elwood, for example, was getting paid by us £127,000 a year to run his constituency office. And yet he ignores my calls. He ignores my emails. He doesn't respond when I have a genuine concern. Oh, that's just Stephen J. Humphrey. Ignore him. He's just ranting and raving. He'll write 2,000 words about a particular issue. And I ain't got time to read it because I've got to read this instead, or I got to go down the pub and meet my constituency office or whatever. But Parliament ain't working for us, and I've got all the evidence I need to prove it. But getting that into a court of law to prove it and to get it changed is not a question of cost. The Ministry of Justice has given us a special exemption because we are in financial hardship, because we're on benefits. So it's not a question of going to court to prove the case. It's a question of, I don't have the skills to prosecute this case. I don't know how to fix it. All I'm doing is living day by day, trying to get through my world without getting my head kicked in, without getting arrested for defamation, or I'm trying to find a home because my last landlord kicked me out. I'm trying to get better because the Mental Health Institute has locked me up. I'm trying to deal with my own problems, and I haven't got time to fix other people's problems. Because I'm homeless, because I'm looking for work, because I got 4 kids, or the fuckers have just nicked my van, or I've got... You see the point? Parliament is there to help us deal with those issues that Parliament can help us with. But they're not helping us. They're too busy spending their parliamentary allowances. They're too busy. They're just too busy working for themselves. And this is one of the biggest reasons why people don't vote, is because they don't see a benefit in Parliament. They don't realise that the Welfare Reform Act 2007 was written by Parliament. It went through the parliamentary process, it went to the House of Lords, it got ratified, it got the royal assent, it got stamped, it became law. And now this law doesn't stop the job centre from stopping your benefits. So all those thousands of people that have just been made redundant because the steel industry has emigrated to India and China go down the job centre, and they don't know about the Welfare Reform Act 2007 that can basically deprive you of your only source of income. They don't know, we don't know. Because we don't see our politicians on the telly talking about how they're going to fix it. We see them scoring political points. We see them scoring points against the opposition. But you don't see the independent candidates on telly. You might see a UKIP MP when he says something controversial. You might see BNP. But for every time you see a Tory, you should see an independent. You should see the whole picture. You should see how many candidates are standing for election in your constituency. Every week, from now until the general election, you should be seeing your prospective parliamentary candidates debating the issues. And then we, the people, the voters, can then decide how to vote. And in this abusive, corrupt system, this bankrupt system, they want to hoard the power for themselves. They don't want you to know that I'm standing as an independent parliamentary candidate, because that directly influences your decision. If you saw a viable alternative to a Tory, would you vote Tory? If you saw how bad Lisa Northover was, would you vote for her? I don't know if Lisa Northover is bad. All I know is what I've seen, and she's not working for me. If she was, she would have phoned me up and said, Steve, why are you standing for Parliament? What can I do to help you? She doesn't do that, because if she does, she knows that I'm going to nick votes off of her campaign. They are inherently selfish people. They are power hungry. They want the power. They don't want to help you. They don't want to fix the problems. They're quite happy with the problems because it gives them something to talk about. Problem, reaction, solution, David Icke. They don't want to know that you have an alternative vote. They don't want you to know that other people are standing for Parliament other than the Lib Lab Con. They don't want you to know that there is something to do other than watch football. They want you to watch football because that's less votes for people like me. the more people that they distract away from the concerns of the day, the more likely they get to live in peace. Because we won't be badgering them. We won't be phoning them up every 5 minutes and say, can I meet? Can we meet? No, they want you to vote for them because they know how the system works. They like the system the way it is. They don't want you voting for me because they know that I will try and fix it, even if I am climbing a mountain. Anyway, part 4. My name is Stephen J. Humphrey, trying to get some rationality into my head. Anyway, independent parliamentary candidate for Bournemouth East, when eventually we get a general election, and I don't know where, I think we'll do part 5.